Our next inductee is someone also very, very special, doing incredible work in the space of sports and philanthropically. To introduce him, he's, when I drive down going south on Mavis Road, I see this huge picture of him. We've sold 5 billion houses or whatever it is. There's a house on our street that's on sale. It says Sam McDaddy, and then the next day there's a sold sign. That's the incredible business that he does. But he's also philanthropic, because I've seen the support that he gives Trillium Health Partners Foundation and so many other organizations, and that's what I love about Sam McDaddy. And I'd like to invite him to introduce our wonderful inductee, Mr. Nav Bhatia. Please welcome Mr. Sam McDaddy.
Thank you for the kind words, very appreciated. It's a real honor to be here to introduce my great friend Nav Bhatia and share a few stories about Nav. I've known him for approximately 30 years or so now, but the last 5 or 7 years we've become very close friends. He's given me the courtesy of being a courtside friend with him, and we've developed a great friendship. But along that journey, I've seen so many great things that Nav has done. He doesn't talk too much about his the things he does and gives back to the community. He doesn't want to talk, but I see it because we're very close, and I have so much respect for what he's done to the community, given to the community, and wants to continue to provide support, and it's incredible. So Nav came here in the 80s, mid-80s, came here, didn't, I believe, have too much money, had a basement apartment he rented in Malton, and so Malton was very dear to him. So with Rinku, etc., they built 4 beautiful courts, which you guys had alluded to, which is just really incredible, because he really, through his foundation, wants to give back to the community, and really, most important, to the kids as well. That means so much to Nav. I see it day in, day out with him. When I'm with him at courtside, I see how much it matters for him to have people take pictures of them, share the rings with them, and you can see the joy with their faces, and Nav loves to do it. It's really a labor of love for him. He loves to see people smile, and I can tell I'll share a few stories. I remember once a few years back where Nav was notified somebody had terminal cancer. He was a young boy, and his idol was Steph Curry. And so Nav knows Steph and the family very well, so he reached out to Steph and he said, "Steph, listen, this gentleman's coming in town." Steph was playing a game. He told me about this person's experience. He got there 30 minutes early, took pictures, signed a jersey for him, did everything for him. I could see, watching Nav, the glow he had in his face, just to see the happiness provided this child, who really probably a joy of his year for him. So it's just really, really incredible to see what Nav does behind the scenes, and I'm very happy and honored to be able to call him a friend. I'll share a few stories about Nav. He's very humble, but honestly, when you go to the Raptors games, he's better known than all the Raptors. Every player comes up to him. It's like, when I first was there, I was kind of marveling, how does everybody know him? LeBron James comes up to him, every single athlete, and he's so humble with all these players. But I had one story where DeMar got traded, and we were having dinner with Noah, which is DeMar's agent, and he shared this funny story. He said, "Listen, DeMar's car was broken. He asked to borrow Nav's car. Nav gave it to him. He had this vanity plate Superfan. So he's driving in Toronto with Noah, and this one little kid's running fast. He rolls down the window, and it's DeMar rolling down the window. He goes, 'Oh my God, I thought you're the Superfan,' and he walks away," which is pretty crazy, right? So, and Nav, think about it, for 30 years, he's never missed a game. Actually, I kind of joked with him, and Rinku was saying, "Listen, Nav, your streak was finally over during COVID, because unfortunately he was in an event where Messiah contracted COVID, and just as a safety protocol, they said nobody should be going. Nav shouldn't go to the game, so he sat out." And then a year later, I reminded him, "Nav, it's really unfortunate the streak was broken." He goes, "No, Sam, the NBA doesn't recognize it as a broken streak, because really it was a COVID provision, so the streak remains alive." So guys, 30 years, never missed a game. That's honestly an incredible feat for Nav, and it's really, really incredible. And he's never been late, which has really never been, it's just incredible. So once, actually, Nav told me he was running maybe potentially a little late, and he was going a little bit fast, and he was a little worried because he just didn't want to be late, and a lot of times the fans want to greet him, take pictures with him. So it's really important for Nav to do that. So he's kind of speeding, which he usually doesn't do. He gets pulled over. The person recognizes him and goes, "Oh, you're the Superfan." He goes, "Yeah, I was almost going to be late. I'm really sorry." He goes, "Let me make way for you." So he clears the path and gets to there on time, right? So it's pretty incredible, the things, that Nav, we've experienced together. And sometimes I think his brand is just local, but honestly, we'll go to, I think we're in Edmonton, there's lineups a mile long. I'm thinking, well, that's pretty incredible. We go to the US, there's mile-ups, and he's so humble with everybody. It's just a real treat to be around Nav and be able to call him a friend. And, think of it, he's got a ring, 2019 championship, was able to get a championship ring and inducted into the Hall of Fame. I mean, those are incredible feats because of who the person he is. And it's just really, really incredible to watch him and, all the things he's done for our city. And honestly, he's an incredible businessman, a philanthropist, a great husband, a great father, and most importantly, a great friend to so many of us. We love him so much, and nobody more deserving than my good friend Nav.
Nav Bhatia is a Canadian community leader, well known for his many business and charitable achievements. He is a philanthropist who started his own foundation, the Superfan Nav Bhatia Superfan Foundation, to unite the world through his love of basketball by the creation of initiatives and opportunities for youth. He also stands as a positive role model for newcomers and immigrants.
Growing up, we didn't have anybody to look at.
I wanted my community, the youth, to connect with the mainstream through the game of basketball.
Nav became the person that we could identify with.
He's been just as important as any player the Toronto Raptors has ever had.
Is a super diehard, loyal fan.
One and only superfan, Nav Bhatia.
Nav Bhatia.
Nav Bhatia, the superfan.
Yeah!
He's always at the games, never missed one home game.
If there is breath in his body, he's gonna be there for the Toronto Raptors.
You keep kind of scratching your head wondering,
who is that guy?
Who is this guy? Who is that guy?
I was like, does he work here? Standing up and yelling, and I'm like,
Already you're an immigrant, you look different, and now you're doing all of this.
Trained as an engineer, Nav Bhatia was unable to secure a job in his specialty when he first arrived in Canada, so he took a job as a car salesman. He sold 127 cars in 3 months, which to date remains a Hyundai sales record. He became manager of the dealership and today owns 3 Hyundai dealerships and 2 Genesis dealerships. Through the Superfan Nav Bhatia Foundation, Nav continues to build new and upgrade existing basketball courts for communities in Mississauga and across Canada. The foundation is a way to unite people of all backgrounds through the love of basketball.
Today was all about the community and helping develop young kids' basketball skills, as it was the first ever Superfan Fantasy Basketball Camp. Around 100 kids were on the court for the first day of camp, and it all started out with them getting their own lockers, uniforms, and special player introductions.
Make some noise for Wes!
We are going to bring 400 kids, 100 kids every day, and they're going to be treated in a very different way. They're going to feel like that they were drafted in the NBA or WNBA today.
Then they were on the court and were able to polish off their skills and learn some new ones from special guests, including WNBA champion Tammy Sutton-Brown.
He is a strong voice speaking out against discrimination and racism, something that he's faced his whole life.
I buy 5,000 tickets and I distribute to all the underprivileged kids in Toronto and surrounding area. And we bring people from all religion, races, Sikhs, Hindus, Muslims, Christians, single mother kids, Jain and Finch, everywhere. Everywhere we bring the kids. Because I want these kids to integrate with them, each other, during the young age. So that they don't have to go through what I went through 30 years ago. And it's working.
He has partnered with World Vision's Rise Up Daughters of India with an initiative to build washrooms for female students in India's schools, which helps increase their safety and privacy, allowing them to stay in school. To date, over 100 school washrooms have been built in some of the poorest villages of India. An avid Toronto Raptors fan, Bhatia is the first non-player to receive an NBA championship ring and be honored by the NBA into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. And his home city is proud to induct superfan Nav Bhatia into Legends Row, Mississauga's Walk of Fame.
And to present the award, I would like to invite another incredible, he's the CFL, legendary CFL quarterback, Mr. Chuck Ailey, to present the award. To our legend, Mr. Nav Bhatia. And just very quickly, next time I'm late for a meeting, I'm going to drive with Nav.
Thank you. Sam, you shouldn't have mentioned we have a superintendent of appeal police sitting here. Now they're going to watch me every time I'm driving, you know. Even though I'm the honorary chief, you know, can't do that. So, you know, I think I remembered my speech, but after hearing Frank's and Ann's, I think I'm all a little messed up and emotional about it. What an amazing, congratulations to all my other fellow inductees, please. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I don't know if after hearing Ann's your story, Frank's I don't know how I deserve to be standing here. I don't. But God has blessed me, and I'm going to take at it. I want to thank you all for being here today. I'm really blessed and honored to be here. You know, to be inducted in Mississauga Legend Row I'm really blessed. I'm really blessed. Mississauga is my home. Mississauga is my home, yes. But somebody was talking to me outside and said, Nav, you know, of all the cities, you were coming from India during that tough time, and you picked up Mississauga. Guys, I wish I can take the credit. I'm not going to. I'm going to tell you the truth. I had $30 in my pocket when I landed at Pearson, and the cab driver dumped me at Malton when my fare was over to $25. And that's how I ended up in Malton. So thank you. But you know what? God is always looking after me. And, you know, sometimes I always say it's better to have God on your side than being smart, you know. And so I'm not smart, but God is always looking after me. And thank you. Again, that's how I ended up in Malton in 1984 in the basement on Victory Crescent, and I'm proud of it. From, you know, look at sometime, you know, right now I'm shaking a little bit, I'm having goosebumps. How the journey takes. You know, I land up in Malton from a very tough situation in India, which was a genocide for the Sikhs. I come here, I'm a mechanical engineer. I couldn't find a job. I must have gone to over 300 places, and I couldn't find a job. So I became a janitor. But let me tell you guys, I was the best janitor in the city. I did it with passion. I'm always proud of whatever I do, and I do it with passion. From janitor, a car salesman. Again, what a tough start for me. I started at Rexdale Hyundai. I got a call one day on a Saturday. They said, if you want the job, come here right now. it's 8 o'clock, you have to be here by 9 o'clock if you want to get the job as a car salesman. Guys, I want to share with you, that was the fastest turban time I did in my life, and I was there before 9 o'clock. But once again, that was my lowest and the toughest day. Because when I arrived there, it was a different time at that time in '84. When I arrived there, I had 9 Caucasian salespeople. As I entered, they made fun of me. They called me various names. They called me towel head, diaper head. Even they called me Packy. Now, I couldn't understand why they're calling me Packy, because I'm not from Pakistan. I'm from India. But later I found what that meant, and it was good. But let me tell you, that being the lowest day in my life was also, that's the day, my strongest day, because I prayed, and I told myself, Nav, you got to be better than good if you want to last in this environment. And as you just heard, in the first 3 months, I sold 127 cars. There was a record then, and still is a record today. You know, and today here, I'm pinching myself. I'm with the other inductees, you know, the past and right now. I can't believe it. But you know, it's not an individual who wins the championship. It takes a team to win the championship. If that was not the case, then LeBron James would have won the championship in Cleveland, because he's an amazing player himself. He had to go to Miami to build a team to win the championship. And this is the same case in my case. I think I don't deserve what I have, but God has given me, and like I said, I take it humbly. But it is the team which works with me, and that includes my manager, Rinku Ghai, right there. Rinku, stand up a little bit, please. Let's get one. My wife, my daughter, and also all those friends who are sitting. Guys, could you please, with Dr. Gupta Sahib, could you please stand up? And Kavish, please stand up. This is my team. Kavish is a senior executive with Hyundai and has been supporting. So without him, I can't be standing here. So I thank all of you guys to be putting me in this situation. And this is not for me, this is for you, and actually all of you guys who have taken care. I've been in Mississauga, I have few businesses in Mississauga, and you should be all proud. The top dealership in Hyundai is in Mississauga Hyundai. The top dealer in Genesis is in Mississauga, Genesis, Mississauga. So give yourself a big hand for that. I also want to thank one more person, very important. You saw those basketball courts, the 4 courts. They are outside courts, but they are considered to be the best courts in the country. You know, kids come from all over to play in those courts. People from Pickering, Scarborough, Hamilton, people come to play because those are the best courts in the country. And there is one person responsible big on those, and her name is our Honorable Mayor Carolyn Parrish. She was a counselor in Malton at the time. These courts are in Malton on Goreway and Derry. If you ever have a moment, please go there and look at them and be proud, because these are your courts. They are there because of you guys. And Carolyn Parrish was a counselor at the time, 4 years ago. But let me tell you, she never took no at that time either. So she got it done. With all the speed bumps we had, we got it done, and give the mayor a big hand on face. Mississauga has given me almost everything. You know, a lot of time, I remember one time, John Tory, our mayor of Toronto, was there, and he says, Nav, I want you to move to Toronto so that I can tell the people that Nav is from Toronto. I said, no, I can't do. I'm a loyal guy. Sikhs are loyal people. I'm going to continue. I've been here for 40 years, and I'm going to last in Mississauga. But let me tell you something. With all the opportunities you have given me to give it back, I want to just let you know, this is just a beginning for me. Thank you very much. Keep me in your prayers, please. Thank you.
Just a couple of, I love the running shoes, just a couple of stories, personal stories. Arjun, my son, was doing something for DECA, and he had to interview some entrepreneurs, and he said, Dad, I'd love to interview Mr. Nav Bhatia. And so I called Rinku, and then we connected with Nav. Nav was so busy, but he made it a point to make sure he spent some time with this young boy, and that really meant a lot to him. And I've always been a fan. I've always believed in supporting those that support our community. My daughter Sonia has bought 3 Hyundais from Mississauga Hyundai, and there was one Hyundai where Nav was not in town. And he had always said to me, listen, whenever Sonia wants a car, you let me know. And he was in India at the time. And, because of the 12-hour time difference or whatever it was, I spoke with Nav. 3 o'clock in the morning, India time, he called his staff here and said, make sure you take care of Sonia. This is the kind of human he is, folks. This is the kind of human he is. And in fact, all of them. Like, I could go on about Frank and the others, but it's a blessing to have all of you as our legends here. And Annie I've known for such a long time as well.